Aspirational creativity and innovation is most found in teams that maintain cultures of intellectual honesty by upholding psychological safety and accountability. Human-centered leaders are comfortable balancing both. Hi, my name is Mariana. I'm a first-generation professional and certified leadership coach helping other first-gen pros and 21st century leaders navigate complex career environments. And this is part 3 of my 5-part series on the higher order capabilities of human-centered leadership. This week, I'm focusing on the leadership skill of balancing psychological safety with accountability. Now, this capability is one that leaders find tricky to master, and maybe not for the reasons you might think. Most of my clients choose to work with me because they want to understand how to be more human-centered leaders. They recognize the need for empathy and want to lean into that. Their inner conflict arises when a discussion on accountability, generally in the form of feedback, needs to be held. Conscientious leaders often struggle with concerns of being perceived as unsupportive or hurting others' feelings. And while it comes from a very good place, it can undermine a team's ability to provide and maintain intellectual honesty with each other. So it's important for leaders to begin the process of decoupling accountability as akin to punishment, including for themselves, and reframing accountability and feedback as individual development. When you hold yourself or someone else accountable, all you're doing is acknowledging the responsibility you or they agreed to uphold, as well as the commitment to be answerable for questions or concerns that arise pertaining to those responsibilities. How to create psychological safety is more than one video in itself, but one of the crucial threads in its fabric is for human-centered leaders to demonstrate that it's safe to openly learn in real time without fear of ridicule, judgment, or repudiation. One way human-centered leaders can help teams feel safe is by demonstrating what Dr. Timothy Clark calls first learner bravery. Essentially, it means allowing your team to observe how you embrace new information that might conflict with your decisions or direction. I usually encourage clients to start by reflecting on how they typically show up in those moments and what they notice about what they're thinking and feeling. Is it the norm for you to embrace redirection with grace and humility? Or is there a reflexive urge to throw up a shield of perfectionism that won't allow for openly admitting an error of judgment or direction? Getting curious and examining the reasons why or why not is usually an on-ramp for developing this higher order leadership capability. When human-centered leaders can hold both team members and themselves accountable to their commitments and deliver developmental feedback in a thoughtful way, it not only maintains the environment of psychological safety, but protects the tension of intellectual honesty that is so vital for teams to reach aspirational levels of innovation and creativity. And if you're curious to know more about that, check out my chapter on promoting creativity and innovation through human-centered leadership in the new book, Brilliant Leadership by Routledge Press. Thank you so much for watching. Like, share, and follow for next week's 4th installment about how human-centered leaders model intellectual humility.